Sometimes the biggest threat to a marriage isn't outside, it's inside the home. It's the voice that whispers, "You are my first son," before you are her husband. And when a man listens to that voice for too long, he may wake up one day and realize he's lost everything. Today's story is not just about love, it's about control, silence, and a woman who finally decided she's had enough. It is a story of Amara and Tunde. The love that looks perfect. Amara believed she was lucky. Tunde was calm, respectful, and hardworking. But what stood out the most was how much he loved his mother. He called her every morning, sent her money without hesitation, consulted her before making even the smallest decision. At first, it looks like responsibility. "You are getting a good man," her friend told her. "A man who respects his mother will respect his wife." Amara smiled. She believed it. During their courtship, there were small signs, but love has a way of hiding red flags. Once they were out at the restaurant when his phone rang, he immediately stood up. "It's my mom," he said, walking away. He stayed on that call for almost 40 minutes. When he returned, he didn't apologize. Instead, he said, she needed advice. Amara laughed it off. But that moment was the beginning of everything. The honeymoon that never happened. After their wedding, Amara was excited. Finally, she would have her own home, her own space, her own marriage. But just 2 days in, everything changed. She woke up to noise, voices, laughter. When she stepped into the living room, she saw them. Tunde's mother sitting like a queen, his sister scrolling through her phone, his brother stretching like he had always lived there, luggage everywhere. Amara blinked. "Tunde, what's going on here?" "They will stay for a few days," he said casually. A few days? That phase would haunt her because those few days turned into something else entirely that she could never come out from. The control begins. At first, the control was subtle. "Tunde doesn't eat rice in the morning," his mother said one day. "Oh, he told me he does sometimes," and I replied gently. His mother laughed. "My son, I raised him. I know him better than you." That sentence landed heavily. But Amara stayed quiet. Then came the kitchen rules. "We are using too much oil. Why are you cutting the vegetable like that? In this house, we don't cook like this." Amara adjusted. She tried. She wanted peace, but peace never came. Instead, the peace that came with war, the public disrespect. So one afternoon, visitors came, neighbors, family friends. Amara prepared food, arranged everything beautifully. But when it was time to serve, Tunde's mother called his sister. "You serve. Let people see how we trained you." Amara stood there invisible. A guest even asked, "Who is she?" And his mother replied, "Oh, she's the one managing the kitchen. Not my son's wife, not Amara. Just someone in the kitchen." Oh my word. The husband's silence. That night, Amara confronted Tunde. "Why didn't you say anything?" He sighed. "You were overreacting. My mother didn't mean it like that. But she didn't even introduce me as your wife." It's not everything you should take seriously, Amara. That was the first time she felt alone in her matrimonial home, in her marriage, from being a wife to a servant. The house slowly turned into a system, and Amara was at the bottom of it. She woke up at 5 a.m. every morning, cooked breakfast, cleaned, washed clothes, prepared lunch, then dinner. Meanwhile, Tunde's sister would sit for hours on her phone. His brother barely lifted a finger. And his mother supervised, criticized, commanded. Humiliation over food. One evening, Amara cooked jollof rice. She was proud of it, but after the first bite, his mother dropped her spoon. "This is tasteless." Everyone went silent. "I'm sorry, I can fix it," Amara started. But his mother cut her off. "You don't fix incompetence, you learn." Then she turned to Tunde. "You see what I've been saying?" And Tunde nodded. "Yes, she needs to improve." That moment broke her confidence completely. The bedroom inversion, which is the worst. Even their bedroom wasn't safe. One night, while they were resting, his mother knocked once and walked in. Tunde, come, we need to talk. Right there in front of his wife, he stood up and followed her. Amara sat on the bed, staring at the door. That was when she realized she wasn't his priority. She never had been. And the final straw that broke the horse's back was this. One day, exhausted and emotionally drained, Amara spoke up. I can't keep living like this. Tunde looked irritated. Living like what? Like I don't matter in my own home. He shook his head. This is my family. They come first. There was silence, heavy silence. So where do I stand? She asked. He didn't hesitate. You should adjust. That word, adjust. That was the day something inside her died. The quiet transformation. Amara stopped arguing, stopped explaining. The quiet transformation nobody noticed. Amara stopped arguing. She stopped complaining. She stopped crying in front of them. But behind the scene, she was changing. She started saving money secretly, started a small business quietly, reduced her emotional investment in the house. She became even polite but distant, and nobody noticed, not even Tunde. And here was a shocking discovery. Then one evening, everything changed. Tunde came home early. As he approached the kitchen, he heard voices. His mother, his brother. Once she leaves, the house is fully ours, his brother said. And Tunde, his mother asked, he will follow you. He always does. Then she laughed. And for now, let her keep working. At least she's useful. Tunde froze. Useful? That's how they saw his wife and him? Just a tool? For the first time, he saw the truth clearly. But then it was too late. That night, he tried to talk to Amara, but she was different. Calm, cold, and even distant. The woman who used to fight for the marriage was gone, and it scared him. Was gone, and it scared him. The next morning, no shouting, no dramas, just gone. Her things packed, her presence erased. On the table was the letter. And it reads, I didn't leave because I stopped loving you. I left because you never chose me. A wife cannot compete with a mother, and I refuse to live as a servant in my own life and house. Tunde read it twice. Then he sat down for the first time and felt the weight of his choices. His mother walked in. Where is she? She asked. Tunde looked at her, but at this time he didn't respond because now he finally understood. He didn't just lose a wife overnight, he lost her pieces by pieces every time he chose silence. After Amara left, the house didn't feel like victory. It felt empty. At first, Tunde told himself what he had always believed. She will come back. Because in his mind, Amara was patient, enduring, soft, and could not do without him. She had always stayed. So why would this time be different? For the first few days, Tunde didn't change anything. His mother still gave orders. His sisters still complained. His brother still acted entitled. But something was different now. The house was quieter, not peaceful, just empty. No one woke up early to cook. No one cleaned without being told. No one anticipated needs. And slowly, reality began to crack his denial because the duties he believed were normal were actually Amara holding the entire home together. By the second week, frustration started. Food was irregular, the house was messier, tension increased. His mother began to complain more than usual. This house is not the same, she said one evening. And for the first time, Tunde responded, yes, because Amara is not here. There was silence. The silence was heavy because deep down, he had just admitted something he's been avoiding. Amara was not the problem. Then came the real shock. The same people he had defended, started treating him differently. His mother became more demanding. Tunde, why haven't you fixed this? Tunde, you need to provide more money. Tunde, you are not handling things well. His brother became more comfortable, even disrespectful. You should have controlled your wife better, he said one day casually. That statement hit differently because for the first time, Tunde asked himself, was I controlling her or was I failing her? Without Amara in the house, there was no buffer, no emotional balance, no one absorbing the pressure. So everything shifted onto him. He became the provider, the problem solver, and the emotional punching bag. And suddenly, the love he thought he was receiving from his family started to feel conditional, transactional, dependent on what he could give. The moment that broke him came unexpectedly. One evening, he overheard his mother again. She left, but we'll manage. As long as Tunde is here, we are fine. Not as long as he's happy. Not as long as he heals. But as long as he's here, available, accessible, useful. That word came back again. Useful. And it hit him. That wasn't just how they saw Amara. That is how they also see him. Now guilt began to settle in, not loud, not dramatic, but heavy. Every memory replayed differently. The day Amara was insulted over food, the day she was ignored in front of guests, the night his mother walked into that room, the moment he told her to adjust. Each memory now had a new meaning. Not small issues, not misunderstandings, but moments where he chose wrongly. Tunde now faced a deeper question. Am I a husband or just a son? Because for the first time he realized he has never truly transitioned. He got married but never left his mother emotionally. He built a house but never protected it. And now he had lost one person who saw him beyond the obligation. Regret is a strong thing. It doesn't come when you are doing wrong. It comes when the consequences are already irreversible. Tunde finally understood Amara's silence because she left. It wasn't weakness, it wasn't detachment. She didn't leave suddenly, she left mentally first, then physically. And by the time he noticed, he was already alone. In the end, Tunde didn't just lose a wife, he lost his emotional anchor, his peace, his identity because he made one critical mistake. He thought loyalty to his mother requires disloyalty to his wife. And by the time he learned differently, damage was already done. But here's a real question. What happens when a man like Tunde finally tries to fix things? Do women like Amara ever come back? Or is there some damage truly permanent?